Americans continue to be crushed by inflation, and this new data about wages is disturbing. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by MoneyWise and written by Sarah Lewis, titled, "A whopping 97% of U.S. jobs have failed to keep up with inflation since 2019. Here are the three most affected industries." The author of this article discussed a recent MoneyWise investigation, which revealed that a staggering 97% of jobs have failed to keep up with inflation over the last 5 years. What's more scary to me is the fact that salaries are projected to fall even further by 2028. The investigators reviewed data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and Redfin, and they found that salaries have fallen by an average of 8.2% since 2019 when inflation is taken into account. Here are my thoughts. I am not surprised to be hearing about this. Every week I read articles about Americans who are being crushed by inflation. Many are relying on credit cards, buy now, pay later loans, or even payday loans to survive. Americans have seen the cost of just about everything increase in the past several years. Unfortunately, their wages have not always kept pace with the rising cost of goods and services. In my opinion, housing is one of the worst for some Americans. Rental prices have skyrocketed in some areas around the country in recent years. Just about everyone on planet Earth knows how crazy the real estate market has been for people trying to purchase a home. Other than housing, another big-ticket item that has gotten more expensive in recent years is transportation. Drive through your local car dealership and try not to pass out when looking at the MSRP for new cars and trucks. Even entry-level vehicles are in the $30,000 to $40,000 range. If you want a truck or SUV, watch out, because you are going to get sticker shock. Then there are the little things in life that have gotten crazy expensive, such as oil changes. I stopped going to the Toyota dealership for an oil change because of how expensive it has gotten. Because I drive an older car, I just take it to Walmart for their $24.98 oil change. That has to be one of the cheapest oil changes that you can find these days. To me, it's like the equivalent of the Costco hot dog combo meal, which is still incredibly cheap compared to the crazy prices that fast food restaurants are charging these days. I feel bad for families with children. The cost of medical care has gone up, and kids often get sick or injured. I don't see medical care getting any cheaper in the future. It is really getting out of hand. My heart goes out to American families who are struggling financially. Getting back to the article, the author referenced fields where the average 5-year salary dropped when compared to inflation. The author lists the engineering change as negative 11.59%, real estate negative 11.72%, and sales at negative 11.78%. I am really surprised by the real estate figure. I talked to a real estate agent recently who told me that agents have been quitting and going back to traditional jobs that aren't commission-based because sales have been so slow. A mortgage professional I spoke with shared a similar story in his industry. It's really tough out there right now for people who are selling real estate or originating mortgages. Understand, this isn't the case for everyone. There are well-established professionals who have a strong client base, and they are doing just fine. The slowdown is just a blip on the radar for some. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "Many physicians, which were not mentioned in this article for some reason, have salaries that have fallen because they are not subject to market influence, but rather are falsely created by politicians who set Medicare rates." If you are wondering why you can't get an appointment to see your doctor, it's because of a national physician shortage, because doctors are leaving medicine and fewer are coming into the field because it's a lousy way to make a living. If you want better health care, talk to your representatives and tell them to pay the people who are taking care of you. AI and physician extenders are not going to replace your trusted MD. The next commenter said, The American worker peaked in wages and benefits in the early 1970s and has been losing ground ever since. This isn't exactly new news. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, literally no one, except maybe athletes and entertainers, have seen their pay keep up with inflation. And this is squeezing middle class and working class households like you wouldn't believe. All these people claiming that the economy is doing well and everything's peachy right now are going to be shocked when November comes and people vote against the current president and congressmen who are up for re-election. I always enjoy reading what these people have to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Reuters, titled, U.S. Factory Orders Unexpectedly Fall in May. According to the news source, manufacturing, which accounts for 10.3% of the U.S. economy, is under pressure from higher interest rates and softening demand for goods. Government data last week showed manufacturing contracted at a 4.3% annualized rate in the first quarter, with most of the decline coming from long-lasting manufactured goods. Here are my thoughts. I find this to be troubling. I would like to see manufacturing flourish here in America. At one time, we were a manufacturing powerhouse. We made quality products that people here and around the world purchased. Many of these manufacturing jobs paid good wages and provided excellent benefits. There are retired people right now who have lifetime pensions from their former manufacturing jobs. Some are supporting themselves, their adult children, and their grandchildren in some cases. A friend of mine lives in an old manufacturing town. He told me this is pretty common because the good jobs don't exist there anymore. Grandpa and Grandma help out the rest of the family with the money they get each month from their pensions. I hope the government rethinks some of our trade practices. We shifted away from having a manufacturing economy to a service economy. Healthcare and social assistance industries have skyrocketed in America while manufacturing has declined. Unfortunately, some people who work in service-related industries these days aren't even full-time. Some have to work multiple part-time jobs just to survive. Gone are the days of being able to clock in and clock out at a manufacturing plant where you had union protection and great healthcare benefits. Gone are the days, with some exceptions, of lifetime pensions. The world has become too greedy, and I don't see most of these types of jobs ever coming back. Many companies have figured out they can get away with paying people less, providing fewer benefits, and if people don't like it, they will find other people to take their place. Personally, I don't think that is a good way to run a business. A revolving door of employees can be problematic. The people make up the organization, and I think you should have the best people possible and pay them a livable wage and treat them right. Some will work very hard for the benefit of the company. Note I said some. There will always be people who are out for themselves. What do you think about manufacturing being under pressure from higher interest rates and softening demand? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.